Hey everybody, I just thought I would take you for a little walk around our place. I know I've shown it to you before, kind of just standing there and panning everything, but you just saw the back. This is the front. There's my Chelsea Marie, and there's my Cooper James. But the whole point of this one this time was I kind of wanted you to come walking with me. And we won't go around the whole perimeter of the place, but I was walking earlier this morning, and it made me think of something that I wanted to share with you. Also, in one of my earlier videos, I got a comment from My Son Runs, and she commented on how beautiful the yard was and how blessed I was. And I thought, you know, she is so right. I am incredibly blessed. And my husband is retired, so he maintains the yard, which is another huge blessing for me. There's no way I could ever do this. But it also made me think of something else that I wanted to share with everybody. So I want you to kind of walk along with me and see this the way that I see it. So I'm kind of holding the camera up almost at eye level so you can see. Okay, so you look from a distance and everything is really pretty, and here's the woods next to us, and this is the direction we're heading towards the backyard. Let me just stop for a second and pan, and you see, like she said, she gave us the wonderful comment that this looks like a state park, right? And my husband is always big on the grass. That's his baby, and he always wants it to look like a golf course, even though he doesn't play golf. And it doesn't. It doesn't look like a golf course. We live in the country, and we have a beautiful country yard. So anyway, the whole reason why I wanted to take you here was because I wanted to talk to you for a little bit about this. You know, when you look at something from a distance, it's that whole grass is always greener sort of thing. You look at it, and you think, wow, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. Okay, now look down here. And what do you see? You see weeds and dirt and mud. And you look in the woods over there, and you see fallen branches and trees, right? But when you look from a distance, well, there's our burn pile. But when you look from a distance, you normally just see, it's almost like a blurring effect. Everything looks so pretty. And when you get up close on top of something, that's when you start to see all the little defects, right? Like us women of a certain generation, when we put on our makeup in the morning, we're looking in the mirror and we're like, yeah, I look good, I look 30 again. And you put your face in that magnifying mirror and you're like, oh my gosh, craters of the moon all over my face. What are those red rivers, broken capillaries floating around, right? So critical. Anyway, the whole point of this is, you know, it's always nice to appreciate what other people have, but we don't want to covet what other people have, right? We don't want to look at our stuff and say, oh, my stuff's not as good as their stuff. Because as gorgeous and beautiful as somebody might say my yard is, which it is, I love it, it also has weeds and mud and bugs, right? It's not perfect. So I just wanted to kind of go through this with everybody and just say, you know, appreciate what you have and know that what you see from a distance is not the same as close up. Just like I gave the makeup example, it's the same kind of thing when we've reached the end. This is the back of our property. It's the same kind of thing as when you see somebody and maybe you see, you know, at a restaurant or something, a couple pull up and you think, wow, she's gorgeous and he's so handsome and look at that car that they're driving and, you know, just the absolute perfect couple and she's got this big huge rock on her finger. Well, for all we know, he's an alcoholic or she's an alcoholic, or they struggle with other addictions, or, excuse me, no, a bug didn't fly down my throat, it just feels that way. Excuse me. Or, they might struggle with addictions, they might have financial issues. They put out this beautiful image, and people that don't know them close up just see the beauty that they're portraying. And then you get home, and that's when you see all the flaws. Gosh, I'm out of breath. That's funny. So, anyway, I'm just rambling again, as is normal for me. But the whole point of this, it was supposed to be a quick, short video. I can't do anything quick and short. The whole point is enjoy what you have. Enjoy the beauty of what God has blessed you with. Don't worry too much about what other people have. Know that what you see is not always what you get. And we, as women especially, need to remember, don't look at the world or ourselves through the lens of a magnifying glass. Look at ourselves from the big picture. Don't look at the mud puddle. Look at the big picture, right? Don't look at the weed. Look at the landscape. Just remember that, everything's not perfect. So that's my lesson. Normally I would cut it off right here, but it's taken me longer to walk around than I planned on. And there's one particular area that I just have to show you because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And it really is weeds, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. And when it gets to be too long, my husband mows it down because he wants to keep everything pretty low so that out in the country you don't have problems with fleas and ticks and things like that. But when it's growing, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And so I want to share that with you. So I'll be quiet for a few minutes until we get there. So just walk with me. Okay, we're approaching. It's hard to tell right now because it's pretty bright out, but as we're approaching this area, it's getting more and more yellow. This little hill is covered with a zillion little teeny tiny yellow flowers. I adore this. We have another section at another point in the season that is covered with purple flowers. But this is one of my favorite places right here. It has, and see, you probably can't even tell from this, it just looks like a mixture of grass and clover. But can you see all those gorgeous little yellow flowers? Oh, look, a bee. Please don't sting me. Just make me honey. Anyway, I absolutely adore this. My husband says it's just weeds, but it's just like I was saying. Look from a distance and you see a field of yellow flowers. When you look close up, you see the weeds. So appreciate the beauty from a distance. Remember, always appreciate what you have. Don't covet what other people have. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.